This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Hurricanes Irma and Harvey caused billions of dollars in damage.
The storms also damaged more than 1 million cars, some of which could be resold to unknowing buyers. ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us live from Sarasota to show us some of the signs of a vehicle that could be damaged by water and flooding. Erica?
Good evening, Jacqueline and Scott. This car behind me is one of about 12 that were damaged by flooding at the end of August here at the Shady Brook Village condominiums. From the outside, one indicator you can see right now, there's blue tape that's holding up the windows, and that's because at one point the water reached as high as the power window controllers and as high as the seats. And actually on the inside, oh gosh, live TV. Of course, on the inside here on this door, you can see it. It does go as high also about where the seats stand, and you can see those marks on the door. Sarasota resident Steve Urban was greeted with this sight when he arrived at his apartment on the night of August 26th. The water made its way inside his home and his 2000 Kia Sportage, reaching the seats and windows, completely destroying the vehicle.
Even though it's not the greatest vehicle, I have to look for another car and, try to get finance.
This isn't Urban's first experience with a flooded car. He believes he bought a car with flood damage before buying his Sportage, but he didn't suspect any problems at the dealership.
It was extremely clean, and I got a real good deal on it.
I'll give it the smell test. Does it smell too clean? Check the carpets out, check the bolts under the seat, different areas, lift up the carpet in the trunk.
Brian Oglesby with the Better Business Bureau says consumers should do extensive research before buying a car after a large storm. He suggests conducting a vehicle history check to see if the title lists the car as previously salvaged or flooded. Don't follow through with the deal if the seller is not providing requested information, and make sure everything that was told to you verbally during the sale is put in writing.
You need to do your homework, do your research, ask questions. Don't just buy the vehicle because it's a good deal.
If a dealership sells you a damaged vehicle, report it to the Better Business Bureau.
We're always going to act as an impartial third party, try and work with the consumer and the dealer to seek a resolution between that transaction.
Urban plans to have a mechanic look at the car before he buys another vehicle, so he doesn't make the same mistake again.
There's a way that they can look where they couldn't have cleaned some of the water out.
If you're buying a used car from a dealership, find out if that car is being sold with a warranty or as is. And you can also find reviews on dealerships on the Better Business Bureau website. Reporting live in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Erica. Lots of great information there. A senior citizen group is asking the state attorney in Tallahassee to look into an issue surrounding the deaths at a nursing home following Hurricane Irma. 8 residents of the rehabilitation center at Hollywood Hills died on September 13th, 3 days after the air conditioning system went out there. Now, 6 other evacuated residents later died as well. According to the governor's office, voicemails left on Governor Rick Scott's personal cell phone by nursing home staff were deleted after information was passed along to the proper state agencies. Now, the group called the Florida Alliance for Retired Americans is asking for an investigation into whether the deleted voicemails constitute a destruction of public records.
Look at this and get the side of the story from the governor's office, get the side of the story from the rehabilitation center, and then the state attorney can make the decision as to whether it was appropriate to destroy these voicemail messages.
The governor's office released a statement saying in part that the nursing home should have called 911 if and when their residents were in immediate danger.
Now to new developments surrounding Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's sentence hearing. The hearing started today, but it went into recess until Wednesday due to an attorney-family emergency. Bergdahl pleaded guilty last week to misbehavior before the enemy and desertion. He walked away from his outpost in Afghanistan back in 2009. The Taliban captured him hours later. Bergdahl says he was tortured during his 5 years in captivity. He was released by the Taliban in a controversial exchange for 5 prisoners at Guantanamo Bay. He faces up to life in prison.
The pregnant Goldstar widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, one of 4 Special Forces officers killed during an ISIS ambush in Niger earlier this month, is speaking out about her condolence call with President Trump. She says the president couldn't even remember her husband's name and that the call actually left her crying even worse. ABC's Lana Zach shows us how the president is responding on Twitter.
Sergeant LaDavid Johnson's casket had just arrived at the airport when his widow, Maisha, received a call from President Trump.
I was very angry at the tone of his voice and how he said it. Like he couldn't remember my husband's name, and that what hurt me the most, because if my husband is out here fighting for our country and he risks his life for our country, why can't you remember his name?
In an exclusive interview with Good Morning America, the Goldstar widow validated Congresswoman Frederica Wilson's account of the call, saying the president made her cry even more.
What she said was 100% correct.
But President Trump disputed that on Twitter this morning, writing, "I had a very respectful conversation with the widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson and spoke his name from the beginning without hesitation." On The View, Senator John McCain said America should be focused on what happened in Niger and not on the president's call.
We should not be fighting about a brave American who lost his life serving his country. That should not be the topic of discussion in America today.
And on that topic, Sergeant Johnson's widow says she has more questions about the operation that killed her husband and 3 others after an ambush by ISIS-pledged militants.
Why it took them 48 hours to find my husband? Why couldn't I see my husband? I don't know what's in that box. It could be empty for all I know.
Mrs. Johnson says she'll continue to press for answers and that their 3rd child, due in January, will know that her father died as a hero. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Now to one widow's salute to the Marine she lost. Wives of the Blue Angels pulled off their own maneuvers at the Marine Corps Marathon yesterday by finishing in formation to help a fellow wife. Christina Cuss's husband, Jeff Cuss, was a Blue Angels pilot. He died in June of last year doing what he loved. His Blue Angels F-18 crashed near Nashville. Before the accident, Christina says her husband asked her whether she'd be interested in running a marathon. She initially said no, but after his death, she changed her mind. Christina says she's felt her husband guide her through the rigorous training.
I feel Jeff sometimes. I have this thing with the number 6 pops up from time to time, and I feel like it's him. That was his jet number. It was pouring pretty hard one day, and I went underneath an awning and pulled out my run tracker, and I was at mile 6.66. I was like, hey, honey, still doing it, still running.
And that training paid off. Christina finished the race, and easily, too.
What a great way to memorialize her husband.
Absolutely.
Well, let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at your first alert forecast.
Well, right now we are looking at some showers and storms starting to gather in the Gulf of Mexico associated with a cold front that's approaching. This front is moving in our direction. It's still out there in the Gulf of Mexico, a couple hundred miles to the northwest of us, but we are going to see this move on through, it looks like, and bring with it a taste of fall finally. In fact, it could almost be like winter-like in terms of temperatures on Wednesday. Highs in the low 70s. That's typically what you'd see in December and in January. Now, the storms have not been all that intense today. Most of the activity really dissipated before it reached the shoreline here earlier this morning. Now we have some bigger storms inland way out ahead of the front. The front's still back here, and you can see this prefrontal trough rather active now in Pinellas County. And this one lone cell, watch it pop up just within the last hour. It wasn't even there, and then all of a sudden you can really see it start to fire up on the last few frames. So just in 10-15 minutes it has developed. It will continue to gain strength as it heads toward Anna Maria Island. Right now some light rainfall in northwest Braden near Palmasola and also out into the northern end of Anna Maria. Right now there is one marine warning in effect for the Gulf out there near Pinellas County. More on our weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. With the 2017 World Rowing Championships behind us, some people are concerned about the future of Nathan Benderson Park and whether it will ever be completed as originally promised. When the Suncoast won the bid years ago to host the championships, park officials promised several amenities in addition to the now completed finish tower, including a permanent grandstand and boathouse. The CEO of Benderson Development and other prominent businessmen pledged to raise over $20 million for the projects, which were not completed in time for the event. Now, with over $40 million in public funds invested in the park, some are wondering if Benderson and others will be held to their original promise.
It was starting to become obvious that the private part of this partnership was not meeting its obligation.
The failure question comes in, did this perform the way it was expected? Were we sold a bill of goods?
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, find out how the once simple park became so expensive and what leaders are now saying about its future.
The Ridling College of Art and Design in the Sarasota County School District are hosting a 2-day art teachers retreat. It's designed to improve educators' teaching practices while inspiring their own art skills. This retreat taking place at the Chow Lecture Hall on Bayshore Road.
Well, anytime you can convene teachers of a like type, particularly art teachers. If you think about art teachers, sometimes they're the only teachers on their campus, so they lack peers to collaborate with. And so this morning's a great opportunity to come together with other art teachers and share experience and expertise.
The event will continue tomorrow as well. A lot of talent in that room right there.
Yeah, many times many of those art classes become so influential down the road for students as well.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight. Stores already rolling out the holiday shopping strategies.
Up next, what Target is doing to lure customers to buy its items online when we come back.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
For many, renting to own is the only option for basic household appliances. But if you get behind, their collection tactics can be extreme.
It felt like stalking.
Don't miss this ABC7 investigation, the retailer of last resort, Thursday at 6.
Now to a controversial topic, medical marijuana in children. A new review suggests medical marijuana appears to hold only limited promise for sick kids and teenagers. ABC's Serena Marshall takes a look at those findings.
Medical marijuana. Few drugs have been more controversial and more regulated. But now that medical cannabinoids are becoming legal in more states, doctors find there is a greater need for research on its benefits and side effects, particularly when it comes to kids. Yes, kids.
Now in a new report, Massachusetts General Hospital pulled together 22 studies on the use of medical marijuana in children, and in some cases they find treatment may well be worth it. Scientific evidence was strongest in the treatment of nausea and vomiting from chemotherapy, kids with cancer finding the same relief as adults. Medical marijuana also promising in the treatment of seizures. But for other conditions like muscle spasticity and PTSD and Tourette syndrome, the evidence is still weak. And because of side effects like dizziness and sleepiness, it's unclear whether the benefits in these syndromes outweigh the risks. But researchers say that if evidence is found, there's no reason this once, and in some cases still, illicit drug shouldn't be given to kids in need of remedies. With this Medical Minute, I'm Serena Marshall, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
This is a shot of Benderson Park. This is from Chuck, and he got a look at this on Saturday morning, I believe. What a gorgeous sunrise that is, too. Brilliant sky right there, and looks like we're going to see similar conditions again tomorrow. There will be some clouds around. The sunset is probably not going to be the best tonight due to the clouds out there in the Gulf of Mexico and even some rain showers and some storms starting to really flare up in the East Gulf. So expect this scattered shower and thunderstorm activity through this evening. And there's even a slight chance for a few showers by around sunrise tomorrow as the actual cold front makes its way through. Right now we have a little prefrontal trough. It's the outflow from the cold front that's creating this line of showers and storms. The winds will eventually switch around to the northwest behind the front. That'll happen tomorrow just after sunrise and then continue to spread southward out into Charlotte County, say after 11 o'clock in the morning. But time being, winds will stay out of the south, so it will be a warm night. Low temperatures expected to be well above average right now with the heaviest cells over Pinellas County. We're getting some tremendous rainfall there just over the last half hour or so. Now, this is the line that's starting to intensify somewhat as it makes its way toward Anna Maria Island. Again, the special marine warning in effect for Pinellas County and just offshore there of St. Petersburg. But this is the line I think that will start to generate some lightning strikes here, I think, from Longboat Key northward up toward Anna Maria and then places to the east thereof. This has now since expired, that marine warning, but as I said, we could see other ones popping up as that line drops to the south. Behind it, the cooler and drier air still there, and it's heading southeastward. Just in time for us. It looks like it will arrive here tomorrow late in the day and then continue to move on in and bring us some much cooler air. 82 degrees right now. The dew point way up there, 76 degrees. It's warm, it's muggy. Winds out of the south now at 15, and the pressure 29.94 inches, and that is slowly falling, but it will eventually be rising once the front moves on through. The high today was well above average at 87, 75 was the low, and 90 the record. Now, as far as rainfall goes, we didn't see much at all today. The rain has been staying away until this hour right now. 31/100ths of an inch of rainfall so far for the month, so it's been a very dry October, but that will be changing through this evening. And as far as temperatures go, they will be changing too. We'll take you through time here and show you that the colder air will stay to the north. Our lows tomorrow morning will be in the low 70s, and then we'll warm up tomorrow right around 80, 83 degrees somewhere along the sun coast, and then the real cooler air will start to filter in basically on Wednesday. Wednesday morning will be down into the low 60s to start the day off, even some 40s over the panhandle, so we'll get a little chillier there. But we'll see that colder air move in, especially on Thursday morning, when lows will be down into the low 50s, low 50s on Thursday morning. So tomorrow, a few morning showers, north winds at 15 knots. Boaters beware, though. Those winds and seas will start to pick up late in the day. Moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. Small craft advisories will more than likely be issued tomorrow evening. That will continue through Wednesday. UV index will be an 8 tomorrow. We'll have a low number to start the day off, but some sunshine will be back later in the afternoon. High tide upcoming at 2:19 and another at 5:18. Sunset at 6:54. So tonight, expect some clouds, a chance for a few showers, an isolated thunderstorm possible. And then for tomorrow, we are anticipating some morning showers and then some clarity in the afternoon, a high of 82. So still warm tomorrow. And then the extended forecast is calling for much cooler air to move in as we push through Wednesday. Highs into the low to mid 70s. Stays nice on Thursday. Starts to warm up gradually on in through Friday and Saturday. Another cold front, though, pushes through on Sunday afternoon. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, traffic is backed up on US 41 in the northbound lanes right near Fruitville Road. It's also a little slow on Fruitville as well. And just a reminder that if you want to stay up to date on the latest traffic information and local news and see alerts on your phone instantly, iPhone and iPad users will need to download our new news app. Just go to the App Store and search for WWSB or My Suncoast. Android users will get that new version downloaded automatically.
China will eventually be Tesla's biggest market. That's according to analyst predictions. The electric car maker is talking with the Shanghai municipal government about setting up a factory in the region and expects to agree on a plan by the end of the year. Tesla is having some production problems at its only factory right now. That's in Fremont, California. The company says because of production bottlenecks, it was only able to produce about 260 vehicles in the third quarter, which is well short of the 1,500 it had planned of that new Model 3.
Well, if you don't want to deal with the holiday shopping crowds this year, you may want to check out Target. Customers who buy items off Target's website can get them shipped for free starting next month. Target is also rolling out more than 1,700 new products to tempt consumers. Most of those items will be under $15 with stocking stuffers available for just $1. Also starting next month, shoppers that have Target's store credit card will be able to pay for purchases just by scanning their phones. It seems like sooner and sooner we are starting to see Christmas items roll out, Scott.
And more people buying them online.
Of course.
Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana. It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,500 on average on their prescription costs. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that could cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-824-8241 or go to humanabigbook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Former child star Corey Feldman is facing charges for marijuana possession.
The actor was arrested for drug possession as well as driving with a suspended license. He was released after paying a fine, but the actor is disputing the arrest on his Twitter account, claiming that a member of his crew was the one actually charged with drug possession. Feldman was in the spotlight recently, saying he was the victim of sexual abuse from various Hollywood executives.
Uncle Jesse is putting a ring on it. Actor John Stamos proposed to his girlfriend of nearly 2 years. The 54-year-old popped the question to the 31-year-old actress Caitlin McHugh at a resort in Disneyland. Stamos shared the happy moment on Instagram yesterday. He first revealed he was a taken man during an appearance on the ABC show The View in March of last year.
Well, Renee Zellweger isn't in Kansas anymore. The actress is taking on the role of Wizard of Oz star Judy Garland in a new biopic named Judy. It takes place 30 years after that landmark film to chronicle a fragile Garland, exhausted from decades of dealing with personal demons. The story picks up in 1968 as the singer is preparing for her final concerts in London. It will feature some of her most famous songs, including Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and follow her as she begins her romance with her fifth husband, Mickey Deans. Now the filming will begin in February.
We haven't seen her in a while in the theaters.
I know. She's been kind of MIA for a while.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.